car is stuck on the side of the road. But my whole fender is my tire is in my fender. Oh my god. Oh no, I woke him up. I woke him up. Hi, papas. Hi. He has been the best quarantine buddy I've ever had. He's so snuggly. Snuggly bellies. Hi, snuggly bellies. He hates me. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into today's video, which is a pretty interesting video. I talk about my first ever tire blowout on the freeway, which was scary, terrifying. But we're alive, so he's okay, and that is all that really matters. This video is about what happened to me yesterday, which I'm going to tell you all about in detail. I did post a little bit about it on my story, but from my Instagram story, you couldn't really grasp the whole thing. You couldn't understand what really happened, and as you can tell from the title of this video, it's about me getting my first ever tire blowout in my Evo on the freeway and how that all went down and what was the crazy part about it. I want to preface this video by saying this is 100% my fault. I knew I needed tires. I was literally getting tires this week, like today or tomorrow. I think it was just a little bit of me procrastinating and just bad timing. I wasn't really driving the car for the past week because it's been raining a lot and I've been staying in and I've been taking my Audi if I need to go somewhere. This was like the first day. It was kind of sunny. I didn't need to take my Evo, but of course I was meeting up with my friend Phil, who has a cool car, and I always feel left out if I don't bring my Evo. You know, I figured I haven't driven the car in a week. Why not, you know, stretch its legs. I'm giving the car to the shop tomorrow for like a week or 2 or 3 weeks, so I just wanted to get like one last drive in, and you know what? Don't do that. I knew I shouldn't have driven it. Not necessarily because of the tires, but like also because of the tires. So I drove the car yesterday. I drove about an hour south because I'm moving again. This is also a life update video. I am moving again. I think I'm moving to Orange County. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Been looking at a lot of new homes and apartments to potentially move to. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I left early instead of staying and like lingering because I wanted to come home and get my work done, and that is when this all took place. I was on my way home. I was on the 5 North. I was in Downey. So if anyone knows Southern California, I was in Downey right before the Paramount exit. I'm gonna try and relive this moment for you guys because I don't want to leave any details out. So here I am driving down the road listening to EDM because that's what I like and jamming out, and all of a sudden it just felt like it was almost like it happened so quickly but also so incredibly slow at the same time, and I'm not sure if that makes sense to anybody else, but I'm driving. All of a sudden it feels like I kind of have a flat tire. I'm in the far left lane, so I quickly move to the right, like the lane right next to me. I get over, I'm like, oh no, it's like blowing out, and as it's like blowing out, it's like pulling me really hard to the right, so I'm like forced to go all the way across to the right. But luckily there wasn't any cars. It wasn't like uncontrollable, but it was very like aggressive. Like I did pull really hard to the right, so I pulled over in the emergency lane, which you guys will see right here. There wasn't a lot of space. The emergency lane and like the slow lane were like millimeters away from each other. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced. When I pulled over, I got as far to the right as I possibly could without hitting the wall. I literally thought I was going to hit the wall because I was so scared of the cars on my left. And once I stopped, like came to a complete stop in the emergency lane, it kind of hit me like, oh my god, this is such a terrible spot to be, and I can see the next exit. At maybe 1,000 feet in front of me, and so I'm just thinking like, what do I do? I don't know how bad it is. Like it still might just be like a really bad flat, not necessarily a blowout. I couldn't really get out of my car because there's no room to open my door, so I crawled over to the passenger seat, I think I probably hit my door against the wall because it was just so tight. I got out the passenger side. I looked at the damage of the tire because I didn't want to drive on my wheel if that was the case, but I knew like that might be the safest option because I was just in not a good spot whatsoever. I posted about it and a lot of you guys had messaged me saying, stay in your car. It's a lot safer to stay in your car, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with that in this scenario just because I was so close to the cars, and the cars in the slow lane were not going slow. Like there were so many cars that were going like 80-90 miles an hour, like flying by. I was staying out of the way, you know, like against the wall behind my car. Worst case scenario, I didn't want to be in the car. I texted my friends like, hey, like this is the situation I'm in, like what do I do? And they're like, just stay there, don't move, like we're coming. Let me tell you something. When I say I have the best friends ever, I genuinely mean that. I have met some of the most amazing, genuine people here lately. I'm so fortunate because I feel like good friends are really hard to find, and to find friends that are willing to drop everything and drop what they're doing and come to your rescue, keep those friends around. Big shout out to all you guys. I love you so much. Long story short, my friends came, they pulled up behind me, we assessed the damage. I tried driving off the freeway, but I couldn't explain to you, like I couldn't really move. Like it felt like it was kind of getting stuck, but I was also just like really nervous and scared. My friend Dave, who is also my mechanic who works on my car, he came and he was like, you know what, like I'll drive it off the freeway for you. At this point we already called a tow truck, so the tow truck was coming, but Dave also mentioned, you know, like I'm pretty sure the tow truck's not gonna pick you up there. Like there's not enough space for a tow truck to park. I'm already literally on the line. Like there's no safe way to do this. And CHP told us on the phone, like you have to get towed or you have to drive off the freeway. We decided to let Dave try and drive the car off the freeway.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, it's so close. Oh my god. Your car is like, oh my goodness. This is so scary. Here, let me get him. No?
No, it's like Dave ain't gonna bark.
Is Dave just gonna hop out and drive it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. It was kind of a scary experience because we knew we'd have to be going really slow, so we'd kind of be blocking the slow lane. Granted, it was only like 1,000 feet, so it was just like, let's just get it done. Our plan was to like box in the Evo, so like a car in front of it and then 2 cars behind it, and just like caravan this thing off the freeway. I didn't want to drive it because I did not want to hear the terrible noises I knew it was gonna make. We're kind of sitting there like waiting for traffic and like trying to go, and then I realized like Dave's not moving, like it's not happening. Like Dave calls me and he goes, I can't move the car, like it's getting stuck on something. And I was like, okay, just hold on, let me come over there and like look at it. Like I want to watch what's happening while you try and do it. So I get out of the Supra and I walk to my car and I'm watching Dave try and move forward. What was happening was the tire and the wheel were like separating, but when the tire separated, it was like folding over into itself. And I don't really know how to explain this other than like folding up into the fender. So it was like so bad that you couldn't drive, like it would get stuck. We kind of just realized really quickly, like there's no way we can get this car driven off of the freeway. Like a tow truck has to come pick us up. The tow truck company called us and they were saying like, hey, we can't pick you up, there's no way we can pick you up, it's not safe, blah blah blah. CHP's like, you need to get out of there, like you can't be there, you need to drive the car off. And we're like, there's nothing we can do, like we cannot get this car off, we need to be towed. My bumper is so incredibly low, even aired up all the way, like I can't get on a tow truck with it, so we had to take my bumper off. Like in the middle of traffic, like it was so incredibly dangerous. Long story short, what ended up happening was CHP had to close down the freeway so the tow truck could come to us and tow my car off the freeway.
To where it needs to go. Pete's gonna fix your fender.
It was a delightful experience. The cop was terrible. He was super rude to us. He was super mean. Luckily, the tow truck guy was great. He loaded up my car really, really quickly and we got off the freeway really safe. Or I guess like that was just like the safest option possible. So So that was my experience having a tire blowout on the freeway. I'm fortunate because there was an emergency lane, although very tiny, there was one, and I'm so grateful nothing worse happened. So after assessing the damages, it turns out that the wheel is actually perfectly fine. It's not broken, it's not bent. We got a spare tire put on it today to test if it was like bent or like broken at all, and it isn't. So I'm super excited about that. I am going with Yokohama tires for Sophie next. I'm so excited. I feel like this is a lesson learned. I hope you guys can learn a lesson or two. If you know your tires are old or they're cracking or whatever, get new ones. With that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm okay, Sophie's okay. Life's crazy, the world's ending, everyone's in quarantine. I don't know what else to say. This is weird, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.